the new 2019 Mazda CX-5 Signature, and it costs 40,950 Canadian dollars plus 450 for this optional color. This is 36,890 US dollars in the US. The best thing about it is obviously the brand new turbo engine. The worst thing about it is that the windshield wipers sit quite low. They have a de-icer, which doesn't really work that well. So in a snowstorm, they were getting icy very easily in all the bloody time. So in Canada, that might be a problem. Young families are the target audience, as it's probably one of the most solid compact crossovers out there. Anybody looking for a 100% pure, luxurious crossover should better look elsewhere. I mean, not that the CX-5 is bad, especially in this trim level. The materials used are actually really good, but it does lack a little bit of refinement and soundproofing to make it belong to that one level up. There's nothing wrong with it though, as pricing is very well set to represent what you get. So let's see what the CX-5 is all about. It's definitely a looker. This Kodo design still works, and actually it looks better than ever, especially in bright colors like this one. One of the things that makes Mazda a truly premium brand now is the fact that they no longer offer any CX-5 with halogen headlights. Even the base model gets LEDs. I love you guys. The signature model also gets really nice 19-inch rims, which give it some extra badass points. Inside, the layout is simple, functional, and all materials used are very high quality. Inspecting the cabin in isolation to the rest of the car would lead you to believe that this is a 100% premium brand, like Mercedes grade premium. The seats are probably the one thing I don't really love because they lack the lateral support that I need, and also the driving position. The pedals are quite forward compared to the reach of the steering wheel, so that kind of forces you to be a little bit upright. It's not my favorite, but it will work for you probably. Visibility though is great, and the cameras on board make it very easy to park without damaging those nice wheels. Roominess is good, and there are plenty of pockets for your stuff. Passengers in the rear have adequate legroom and good headroom, but the heated seat switches are inconveniently located in the armrest. So if a third passenger is sitting there, or if you have a pretty big baby seat on the side, it might be pretty hard to get to them. The trunk is a good size too. Mazda claims 875 liters, which I guess is to the ceiling, and you also get a very nice power tailgate. On the road, the CX-5 is pretty sharp. The chassis can definitely benefit from the extra power from this new turbo engine. I mean, I wouldn't call it fast, but at least it's now faster, and it has that torque that can help it effortlessly accelerate compared to the naturally aspirated engine, which you had to really give it to go. The 2.5-liter turbo engine makes 227 horsepower on regular gas or 250 on 93-octane premium gas. But in both cases, it still delivers 310 pound-feet of torque, which is great. And as you can see here, this is proof that performance is no longer an issue. Fuel economy hasn't really paid the price. I mean, versus the naturally aspirated car, this one will do about 1.5 liters more. So in our freezing cold winter test, we've been averaging about 12 liters per 100 kilometers, so that's not too bad. The motor pulls well from low revs, but gets a bit rough as you ask it to deliver its best. And the soundproofing isn't the best to be able to compensate by hiding it. The 6-speed automatic gearbox has a sport mode, which keeps the torque converter locked more than usual in an attempt to deliver a more instant driving experience. In practice, the gearbox is not bad. It shifts kind of quickly. I mean, I don't mind it at all. Fourth gear is a 1-to-1 ratio, and then fifth and sixth are overdrive gears. So would it benefit from like an 8-speed so it can have like a closer ratio gearbox and still 2 overdrive gears? Yeah, I'm sure, but you know what? It doesn't really matter. The all-wheel drive system is pretty clever and it reacts quite eagerly. It can send lots of power to the back, allowing some nice power slides in the snow. And it works very well together with a G vectoring control, which makes the car feel even sharper and a bit more enjoyable to drive. They haven't really made it too sporty because that would probably ruin the very nice and comfortable compliant ride, but they've made it smart enough to make it feel kind of sporty, which is pretty cool. Body roll is reduced and the steering feels good. It has a decent amount of weight to it, and the brakes also feel very strong. The CX-5 won't mind twisty roads. I mean, it still has adequate agility and poise to carve through the corners, but don't expect it to be as quick as, let's say, an Alfa Stelvio. I mean, it is nice. It's probably this much behind the RDX, but yeah, overall it's good. Handling is awesome. Overall, the CX-5 looks better than ever and comes with all the gadgets and technology you'll need. The beautiful heads-up display that also has a little stop sign when you approach one. And the infotainment system is intuitive and will satisfy both Apple and Android users. The touchscreen is disabled once you get going, but the iDrive style controls are fantastic. Honestly, the word solid is what describes this car the best, and it offers a lot more than you'd expect, and it's priced really well. So overall score is 8.6 out of 10, and you should definitely drive one before buying anything else.
Perfect.